Okay. Time to get started. Even though it's like 1 in the morning where I'm at. Am I speaking too fast for my mic? I think I am. Okay, well, okay. Oh, wait. Nearly ready. Just now. Let's see. Here we go. Now we're back. Now, where was I? Wait, is where I died not listed on the map? Hmm. I already have a good idea of where I need to go, so I'm not gonna need to use the compass to keep track of my place. If I look at the map, huh, maybe the target I'm looking for isn't in this area, but I still need to get my soul back. So, okay, I'm a bit better at getting rid of those dudes. No, I did not do any practicing in the background. I, I don't know. Sometimes when I get frustrated with the game and just decide to set it aside so I don't break anything, I'd say that jokingly. But if anytime I take a break from a game because it's gotten too hard for me and just let my brain rest on it, I just get better. I don't know what it is, but it happens to others, I guess. So, and I do hear some fast-paced games can improve your reaction time. So Yeah, that's probably what it is. Okay, that was a bad idea. Very obviously a bad idea. Jump, then dash. Of course they have really good aim, don't they? Okay, you know what? I'm okay. Well, all that effort just to skewer myself a on the bottom of a shelf. Wait, don't you hate it when you bump your head on something and it's that one spot that always sticks out on like your bed or something that always causes you the most pain? I'm gonna reevaluate what charms I'm using. Hmm. I think that should do it. Well, at least I got it. And of course I missed that jump. Always over jumping, I guess. Or under jumping. Okay, here we are. That's one down. Okay. Now I gotta get through all those other obstacles, get to a place where I can fight on even ground. Tell that thing in the corner while I'm at it. Of course, my own shadow, or it seems more like a shadow, but my own soul shoots me. That's just great. Where to go? Screw it. We'll be right back here and time to reorganize these. Hmm. Let's try this out and see where it goes. They're mini-me's. Hit 'em, lads. Whatever. It's easier to access now. Okay. Let's just get a bunch of these. Get a bunch of little friends. Just oh, so the max is 4. Okay. Get 'em. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Get 'em. Of course I miss. And just when I'm trying to heal, I should have just headed back to the bench. Whatever. Hmm. Well, it is gonna just be easier to head up there this way. Okay, let's rethink these. Hmm. Oh, they rest when I sit down on the bench. Interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna head out of here and see what else I'm missing. Hmm. Either way, leads back to the Forgotten Crossroads. They're real tenacious little boogers. Then again, they're a lot like me. Oh yeah. So, hmm. Does that lead to the resting ground? Must feed my horde. Though it looks like I only have a max of 4 at a time, so these guys are a little overpowered. And I can only assume the more I upgrade my nail, the more powerful they become. What's this? Nerve. Oh boy. Oh, I can buy charms here. Cool. And their name's Salubra. Thinking about it, I should probably pay more attention to the other ones. Since names. Anyway, interesting. That might be useful. An extra notch. Ooh. Yeah, we're getting that. Totally getting that. Okay, I'm gonna go grind a bunch of money. I'll be back, Salubra. Where am I anyway? Okay, so somewhere over here is a route to the resting. Oh, it's above me. What am I? I can make that jump. There we go. Hmm. Oh, that glitched out. Okay, I know exactly where I need to go. So, Papa Grub usually gives me a lot of money, one, and right next to where he's at just so happens to be a huge area with a dire need of pest control. And with these little guys, I can use that to raise a ton of geo for myself. Just look at the jobs they're doing right now. Like, they're phenomenal. The issue is getting enough soul to feed all these little boogers. But I have a bunch of little drones that do my will. And so, what I'll do is I'll rest here. There we go. And I'll see how many of these guys. I'm pretty sure it's only 4 that I can get at a time. But it is effective enough that it gets rid of most enemies. The only issue is it does mean I have a bit of a harder time healing. For grinding money, it's great. Oh yeah, and I have a bench here. And now that I have a new slot, I can add in another charm. Let's see. And I believe that one would be good. And look, they all lay on the ground when I sit on the bench. They all rest themselves too, and they just follow me around. Ow! Follow your father or papa, or follow your master, my little underlings. We shall go and vanquish evil of all sorts. Ow. I guess now all I need to do is go up. Yep. I only need to go up now. Heck. This is gonna get real easy at collecting money now. And something I just remembered, there's a dude who sells charms. They're fragile ones, but I think one of them increases the yield of money I get. So, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna. He's in the fungal wastes, and he's pretty easy to get to. So I am just gonna. Well, no, wait, that's below this. But I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go buy that and see how. Because I should be able to do better, at least now. I still don't want to fight any more mantises. There we go. Or at least it would be easy if I stopped falling into my death. Here we go. Okay, I'll rest here. So, yes. There we go. Hmm. Okay, so that's 2 notch costs. There we go. Now all I need to do is just not die while I get back up. Thankfully, these little guys will help with that. How? Whatever. It does seem to give me an increase in cash. Hmm. Looks like I've been up here before. Oh well. Time to recharge my power. There we go. Now, to collect as much geo as I can. And rake in as much money as I can. They're like little homing missiles. I am getting a little too overzealous. I didn't even realize I had one that was just way up there. They just they when they target something, they just go in like a rocket. Get these guys on NASA or have them powering the jets. You know, these are tough little boogers. Well, no, if they weren't, they wouldn't explode when they're on impact, but dang, they're real tough. I'm gonna get myself some more soul. There we go. We got 4 of them now. If I hadn't lost all that money earlier, I would have gotten way more of those notches. But it's cool that I can buy a bunch more charm notches. And I'm glad I now know where one is. So it looks like my masks get filled up first, and then my soul cage. So the hot springs is pretty useful in that regard. Oh, there are 4 of them. Why was he waiting just over and outside the screen? Well, it looks like my phone's going to be trying to install an update in an hour. That's fun. Uh, but I'll continue for a bit more before that. These little guys are making it a whole lot easier, though, to get the geo I need. And all of it's going to go to some charm notches so that I can get more charms and get even more powerful. And then from there, ow! I did not react in time to that dude. Wait, why am I doing that? I don't even need to go that far. Or at least in that direction. What am I saying? Ugh. Nearly saved up 1,000. Now I have 1,000. And the flow of money just comes to me. Honestly, the different charm combinations, I can see, with the different charm combinations anyway, I can see why people enjoy this game so much. And that actually gives me an idea for one of the games I'm wanting to work on. So I'm gonna have to write that down. Obviously, I'm not gonna just copy what Hollow Knight did. That would be like super illegal. But it is a good idea for at least the mechanic itself is a good idea for like a roguelike or something. But I wouldn't call them charms, and I wouldn't let I wouldn't have them be doing everything that Hollow Knight does, or at least not the way Hollow Knight does it. Mainly because, well, one, Team Cherry came up with the idea, and sure, many other games do use a mechanic similar to it, but all the charms are their original ideas. and though one can take inspiration from them, one cannot just simply, for example, uh, you can't just take like the Wayward Compass and throw it in another game. You would get arrested unless it's a Team Cherry game. But there are games that have compasses that show where you are on a map. So what's cool about each notch though is they offer you different abilities, but the thing you would want to do if you were to do something similar is instead of charms, you would make it some other in-game mechanic. Say it's a sci-fi. You'd use like a computer chip, and each computer chip then would give you an ability that helps you or aids you. So it is a cool thing. So what I would be doing is trying to figure out a way in game anyway, say for like a roguelike, where you would just figure out how it would all fit into the lore, all the different upgrades anyway. Most roguelikes, they just like, oh, you leveled up. Uh, Here's a new ability you got. And then it just does that. And you have that new ability. Or, hey, let's boost this stat. Most do not actually, what's the word? You know, most, don't really think of a way to integrate it into the lore of the game. I think Hades does that. I haven't played Hades. It is on my wish list though. And Hades is a fun roguelike from what I've heard and from the little bit of gameplay I've seen people play. So yeah, but finding a lore reason to add something in or finding a lore reason to explain why something does something goes a long way for game immersion. And Hollow Knight does that really well with the charms, I think. And it doesn't try to over-explain the magic system too much, so it still remains believable, which is the cooler part. So yeah, it's just a really cool game with some really cool ideas that you don't see in many other games. Hmm. I might be able to buy 2 more charms, but just in case, I'm gonna grind a bit more. Well, not 2 more charms, but 2 more charm slots. I completely forgot about that little dude. Hmm. Think this should be enough. Oh, look, 1 more. Okay. Now, just to remind. Oh, yeah, they're like super easy to navigate to. They're literally just on the opposite side of the map. Never mind, I take back what I said earlier. You regenerate masks and soul at the same time, not one or the other. Well, not one before the other. There we go. All juiced up. That sounded wrong. I'm all powered up. Okay, I'm back, Salombra. Time to get more charm slots. Just barely enough for 2. Why can't I buy another one? Oh, I gotta get 18 charms. Okay. How many do I have? I have 13, I think. Yeah, I have 13. Okay. Okay, what combinations can I do now? Hmm. Okay. Now to figure out where I need to go. Hmm. Hmm. It appears to be a bit higher than I thought it would be. Will this get me to where I need? Yep. Bingo. Wait, I could swim across this the whole time? Well, this is all new. Oh, interesting. As nice as these little guys are to have follow me around, they eat up a lot of the soul I use. So, unfortunately, and I'm gonna put that away just because now I can have a whole lot more. So, there. Now I'm ready for whatever fight I may have to deal with. I think. Hmm. So it looks like I had to cross Blue Lake anyway. Oh joy. I annoyed him because he hit me for two masks. Okay, what kind of husk is that? Great Husk Sentry. Animated remains of a great sentry. Mostly of the city's guards. Wields a great nail and shell. Its powerful attacks cause heavy damage. Yeah, I would say double damage. Hmm. Time to see where this goes. So, somewhere I haven't been. Great. Or more specifically, Somewhere I haven't been on this map. So those are two different husks. A husk deity, former member of Hollowness High Society, limited offensive ability. And Cowardly Husk, former member of Hollowness High Society, although made aggressive by the force inside, all instincts still occasionally compel it to run from danger. So I guess those will be easy to deal with. And a Gluttonous Husk, former member of Hollowness High Society, uses its corpulent body as a weapon. I mean, that's one way of putting it. Maybe he should have laid off the whatever the money. Oh, great! That was unexpected. Okay, that really wasn't expected. Boy. Well, I'm glad I saved. Now I have to go all the way back over there. I did not expect that to turn into a enemy rush. Oh well. Hopefully next time I don't die. Actually, what charms do I have? Yeah, I think these are good enough. Well, actually, uh, you know what? I'm gonna swap out the shell for the one that does damage when I'm attacked. I think that'll be a better trade-off. Just because their attacks do so much damage, it doesn't actually get blocked by the shield. Which is a problem, because it means I can't heal. So instead, Thorns of Agony. Ow! Come on, dude. I'm just trying to put you out of your misery. Just rest in peace for once. Yeah. So he can attack upwards. Good thing. That does explain why I got hit when I was above him thinking about it. Okay. Well, that was taken care of. I was hoping he would kind of drop more money. Okay. So, wow, I'm really on a far side of the map. Come here. We're not going back in there. Okay. So it's clear I don't need to go up there. At least I have enough soul to heal up. Down we go. King's Station. Interesting. There we go. Okay. So this is King's Station, and now that I have fast travel, huh? Ow! I'm not gonna try that again. But it does look like I can get up there. I just need to figure out how to do it without getting hurt. I gotta figure out how to get in there. Wait, is this another stag station? No, this is... Hmm. That doesn't make me feel good. I do not like how destroyed this is. Okay, I can touch that water without any problems. If only he had learned to fight better before whatever it was got him. Ow! Or a friendly. I should have figured that you were just by the glow in your eyes. That was a lot of money. A gorgeous husk. Corpulent husk encrusted with a shining metal. Retains the instinct to hoard geo. So there's only one of those? There's beauty in many things, reflections of light in water, the taste of freshly killed meat, the cry of a hatchling for its mother. I have never understood the lust of metals and stones, though. I mean, rocks look cool. Hmm. Oh boy. So that just leads back to King's Station. Where does this lead? Well, now I got that door open. And of course they jumped off the side of the building right into the water, of course. Of course they do that. Hmm. So I guess my only course is downward. Or not. It all just loops in on itself. Oh, well, this is ominous looking. It's right next to the wall. Why am I trying to even guess where it is? Slid too close to the wall. I do not like how the atmosphere is changing. Oh, I'll come to that later. That is going to be ridiculous in this area. Just 'cause. Ooh, that. It's super easy to do that. And now I'm out of heals. Okay, let's get this over with. It's probably a boss fight. Oh, I thought that's living. Those are living. Oh, oh no. I do not want to fall in there. I will get eaten. I have a feeling I can't heal from that. This is shiny. What is it? Oh, more Geo. Yay. That was only 15. I'm a little disappointed. Kinda was hoping for more. Huh. I'm gonna try and find a bench before I go anywhere else. Oh, so that wasn't a doorway. So I can only go down. Great. Hopefully, I'm prepared for whatever is down there. The map dude's here. At least the paper signals that the map dude is here. Hmm. There he is. Old caverns, these ones, can't you just feel the weight of the kingdom above? It's a heavy thing, all right. I reckon not many reach these depths. We're prisoners, you and I, at least in recent history. Purchase a map of the area? Yes, please. That way is to the palace. And you know what? I'm I am going to go find the bench that I think is right over here. Okay. Map is updated. I'm assuming this is the way to go. Oh, why? Why did it have to be that way? Those dudes are supposed to be really big, yet somehow I didn't notice it at all. You know what? We're not going down there because I won't be able to get back up. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Our pure vessel has ascended. Beyond lies only the refuse and regret of its creation. We shall enter that place no longer. Hmm. Okay. I really do not like how there are spikes on the other side of that. Ow. Ow. Of course. Ugh. Well, there's something I'm supposed to do down here. A true servant gives all for their kingdom. Let Hellenist's Pale King relieve you of your burden. I'm not sure I want to do that yet. Hmm. Oh, by the way, I haven't introduced myself, have I? Yes, I should apologize for that. When you spend a lot of time by yourself with just your own thoughts, you forget the necessities of a conversation. My name is Conifer, and I've always loved exploring the world. Why? When I first hatched, I wandered off immediately, leaving my brothers and sisters and poor mother behind. That's why, as soon as I could, I moved to Dirtmouth with my wife. A huge, unending kingdom to explore right on her doorstep. Who could resist? Anyway, I'll let you return to your travels. With a little luck, we'll meet again. Be safe and farewell. So his name's Cornifer. And because my phone's updating, I'm just going to check in quickly, make sure that the stream is still going. Okay. Well, at least on this end, it says nothing seems to be interfering with YouTube. I'm just doing a double check because last time I didn't. YouTube stopped working on me, and well, for a good like 16 or at least 15 minutes, I was streaming, but YouTube was not receiving. And well, that's not exactly great. Thankfully, everything turned out fine. I hadn't gone to any new areas or anything. So I didn't have to like start the or work my way up to that point again, I guess. Or whatever. I'm just glad I had noticed it before I'd gotten too far to recover anything. That was not intentional. Mm. Mm. This is gonna hurt. I haven't even bothered to check and see what those are. Just give me a second. Trying to get my phone set back up so I can keep an eye on the live stream. Of course, it has to be louder than my own voice sometimes. So I guess that's what I get for using a well, what's that? Podcast mic. That's what I was looking for. Podcast mic. Eek. Ugh. Oh boy, those don't look friendly. Hmm. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to check what these are. Shadow creepers, found only in deep, dark places. Has never been observed to eat or drink anything. This little creeper is weak and poses no threat, but something about it is still, it's still some, but something about it still unsettles me. The way it moves and the noises it makes are strange somehow. And Malark, large immobile creature, wildly spits venom when intruders pass by. There's I have to defeat 9 more of them. There's more than one. What was that thing then I had to fight way back there in that secret area, that secret boss? Light seed. A single celled organism completely infected, scurries about simple mindedly. Infected with what? What is everything infected with? Well, except for like the bosses that aren't infected with anything, but what is this weird stuff? Sure, take a lot of beatings. I am not even going to try and get that one. Wrong direction. Of course, I aim in the wrong direction. And of course, I could have just sat there in that corner and not been hurt. What was that? A single cell of infection has a simple mind and can float using internal gases. Interesting. That's a lot of geo that those things have. Wait, where are they getting the geo from? It's a boss fight. That is a boss fight. I know that's a boss fight because I have seen people talk about it. I've not seen the boss fight myself, but before I even get there, I am finding a bench. Hmm. Dude, that's probably a horrendous way to go, unfortunately. Hmm. Well, at least now I have a way to go straight there. Still just have to ram myself into those spikes, though, unfortunately. Okay. So I always have to go into this with a low amount, uh, with at least either one. Uh, I do not like how where this is going. I do not at all. Actually, wait a minute. Might be able to avoid skewering myself if I do this. Yeah, I did it. Marksman accuracy. Okay, now to deal with the boss. Ow! Ow! Okay, well that's a tougher boss. Not sure if that's how you're supposed to do it, but it works for me. Okay, broken vessel. And of course he's dancing on my grave. Blast off. Hmm. Ow! Ow! Ruthless. Absolutely ruthless. Blast off again. Goes from a normal fight to a bullet hell real fast. Of course he does that. Jumps right over me and stabs me right in the back. I would have done that numerous times, so yeah. Wait, is it based off your typical attack patterns? I'm gonna have to look into that later. Anyway, blast off, yeah. There we go. Sometimes I feel like I'm cutting it a bit too close to those little spikes up there. Okay. Memorize movements. Okay. That was a little bit more savage than last time. You know what? I'm not getting any Geo from that fight, so let's remove that. What else do we have? Hmm. Let's remove that, and that's probably going to be useful actually here. And I have one notch left. So I can actually add that back. And that should do it. Okay, let's try this. That was close. Okay, that's actually super helpful. Just need to be a bit more aware of everything going on around me. But I do like that combination. Well, whatever. I'm always going in at a disadvantage anyway. It works. It's just then I start losing track of everything. Normally I'm better than that. It's, I might be really tired, but this is like the only time I have to do any streaming. So I'll just power through it. And hopefully, if I power through it, I can eventually overcome it. I'll get him. Or I'll put it out of its. Is it really out of its misery if it's possessed by a bunch of infectious cells of some kind? Did it! Finally! Oh! An achievement. So I don't get any power-ups from him? The last one did that. Hmm. It's probably afterwards. I think this. I'm actually not sure what this might be. But these little guys sure did come in handy. Hmm. Hmm. Are these the wings? Yeah, these are the wings. The monarch wings. Press space while in the air to flap the wings. Use these ethereal wings to sail above enemies and discover new paths. Yes! Finally, double jump. Actually, there was another area I could explore. So before that, or at least I think there was. I guess not. I'll be back. Give me a sec. Uh, accidentally hit me. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Had to get some warmer clothes on. It was getting a bit cold. Anyway, so before I leave this area, I want to make sure I get everything. Hmm, I'm pretty sure I have, so I'm just gonna. There we go. Hmm. Oh, I can use the dream nail on him. What does this do? Interesting. Again? Ow! Ow! It's just a harder. er, Oh, okay. So let's try that again. Not even given time to heal. There we go. At least I can do this as many times as I want. Come on, little. Fine. You can stay on the other side of the wall. Whatever. At least it gives me full health. I guess that's a faster way in. Come on. Why won't he? I cancel out the healing just so I can attack upwards for a little bit and get a little relief, and then nope. You can do only one or the other, apparently. Hmm. I will beat this one. Hmm. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to get this taken care of. Come on. Mm. Yeah, I get it. Lost kin. Okay, that's a little extreme there, buddy. Just skip this. I'll come back when I apparently have better skills to handle that, because I apparently cannot handle it now. Okay, now where am I? Palace grounds, that's right. Hmm. So this is a stag station. Hmm. I wonder what caused the palace to fall to pieces like that. Ah, many stag stations have been opened again. I can travel the breadth of the kingdom. So many grand thoroughfares and old sideways I had forgotten. Somewhere amongst the lines lies the stag nest, the place where I was born and raised. I thought its location lost to my failing mind, but now I can almost remember the path. If you keep opening stag stations and beckoning me through them, perhaps again I'll find that nest. Ah, I would like that very much. Interesting. Hidden station, resting grounds, King's station, city storerooms. Hmm. What do you have there? Why, that's the key to my storeroom. I thought I'd lost it for good. Hmm? Did you find it in those old mines, perhaps? Very curious. I have no idea how it ended up in such a remote place. Very honest, if you to return it to me, yes, very kind. And now that I can open up my old storeroom, I can sell some of the rare stock that's been gathering dust in there. These items may be a little worn, but they still retain their full market value. Very precious stuff. Take a look. Another mask shard. Elegant key. Hmm. Heavy blow. You enjoy smacking about foes with that nail of yours, right? With this charm equipped, you'll be able to send them flying further with every hit. I may have to get that one just just for my curiosity. Sprint Master, you like it? It's recent addition to my collection. It's a recent yeah, it's a recent addition to my collection. Handsome thing, is it? Well, it lets you run around quickly and tirelessly as though you were young again, or so I'm told. Hmm, I'm gonna have to try out that heavy blow. Uh, this isn't good. Well, this is ominous. They don't sing anymore. Oh, joy. Well, looks like I guess I do have to do that fight. Okay. All I need is one more mask shard, and then... Ow. Unlucky selling it. Hmm. Wait. I can't get to the city this way. Hold on. I'm sorry. To the city storerooms. Okay. Well, it looks like it hasn't spread to here. Wrong button. I panicked and hit the wrong button. Okay. So, let's see. Hmm. Which is going to be the fastest route? Hmm. Well, I suppose I could have gotten here through the fungal wastes. But that wouldn't have exactly been fun. Hmm. I I think I know which path to take. Yeah, I go down because if I go up... Nope. Nope. Still gotta go down. Here we go. Colonist King was an elusive figure, defied by the citizens. Well, deified by the citizens, with the king rarely seen, worship was offered through these idols. There's an expert to craft them. Few alive could match that could match this skill. Wanderer's Journal, yes, yes, I'll add it to the pile with the others. I don't know when I'll get to decipher this one. It's long, hard work translating the many languages of the bugs that explore these caverns. Wanderer's Journal? You have a knack for finding these. Corpses must be frequent on your journey. No doubt your nails created many more. Helena seal? Give it here. Do you have anything else for me? If not, get your damp little self out of my home. That was a little rude of him. Another Holness seal. Others have told me there's a statue out by the city's entrance depicting a large knightly figure. Could be one of the kingdom's great five. I'd have looked it over myself, but the gate's long been shut tight, and it's too much a hassle taking the long way around with all those blasted husks about. Looks like you don't have any relics on you. If you manage to find any in good condition, bring them to me, and I'll give you a fair amount of geo for them. Okay, well, now I can get those other pieces. Get myself... Hmm. What was it I needed to upgrade my nail again? He was dead. I completely... I completely was not paying attention. Hmm? Oh, you've returned. If you bring me a piece of pale ore, I can forge it into your nail and make it so strong and make it stronger still. Hmm. Great gates have been sealed. None shall enter, none shall leave. Hmm. Well, I entered, and I've left several times. Okay, back to Dartmouth. And I got another one of those. Finally. 7 masks. I would go down in there, but I can see the fumes from the disease. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it scares me. Hmm. Okay, back to the hidden station. I'll try to. Huh. I wonder what's going on there. Well, first things first, better deal with the Lost Kin boss fight, and then see what happens to the Forgotten Crossroads. Do they still stay the infected crossroads, or actually, you know what? I should rest on the bench first. Now we go. Why? Just why? Okay, dude. Yeah, I think I know what the problem was. My little minions were just one more thing that was making it hard for me to keep track of anything. So, it doesn't help that it spawns like 15 of those things. Well, not 15, but 3 of them and then getting charged all at the same time is not fun. Hmm. I'll try this one more time and maybe call it a night. Yeah, I'll just call it a night here. And yeah, it it's getting pretty late, so I'll just call it a night here. Thanks for enjoying the stream. Uh, and I'll see you all later.